Today I am showing you guys the proper application method for Superior Products' brand new spray coatings. So let's not waste any time, let's get straight into it. Yo, what is up guys? Jamie from Jamie's Detailing. Today I want to show you guys the proper application method for the Polymer Ceramic Spray Coating from Superior Products and the brand new Polymer Ceramic plus Graphene Spray Coating from Superior Products. When we were doing this last weekend on the Range Rover, I left out a very key detail in there, and that is the flash time. So I want to redo this thing from scratch with you guys on a dedicated video with that's not part of our 4-part tutorial series, that is just showing off the quick application method of this product. So I'm going to go through all the steps with you guys first, and then we're going to do all the steps on the hood of the detail rig. Step number 1, you guys want to have a fully clean and decontaminated vehicle. Now, if you guys want to have the best possible results with these two spray coatings, you guys are going to want to actually polish your vehicle, whether you guys are doing a full paint correction or you guys are just doing a quick and simple prep polish. We went over all of that in part 1 of our ceramics tutorial. So if you guys need a refresh on the whole cleaning, decontamination, and preparation polish steps, you guys can go check that video out. But once you guys get done with all of those steps, you guys can then panel prep the entire vehicle, and then you guys are actually ready to lay down your long-term protection. So once the vehicle is clean, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our spray coating of choice. Whether you guys want to go with the ceramic plus graphene spray coating, or you guys want to go with the regular polymer ceramic spray coating, you guys want to actually shake these bottles up a little bit. Now this really matters for the graphene spray coating, because the graphene actually separates in the bottom of the bottle, and so if this is sitting for a few days, all the graphene is going to be down here at the bottom, and the liquid itself is going to be relatively clear. So you guys actually need to flip that upside down. All the graphene will still be at the bottom of the bottle, so you just want to rock that back and forth, and all the graphene is going to kind of dissipate or mix into the rest of the solution here. So once you guys have your bottle of spray coating mixed up, it usually only takes like 8 to 10 seconds or so of going like this. You don't want to like shake it. Just a little mix is really all you need, and then once you guys get done mixing it up, you guys are ready to go. You just need to make sure you keep mixing it every few panels or so. Now, once your spray coating is mixed up and ready to go, you guys are then ready to actually start the application process. So the first thing that you guys are going to want to do is actually spray it on the panel. You really only need a few sprays per panel. So this big old hood right here, I would probably do 1, 2, 3 or so sprays on this bigger panel. After you guys actually spray a couple sprays onto the panel itself, now you guys can take your microfiber towel and you guys can actually spread that out over the entire surface of the panel, and you typically want to go in a hashtag kind of pattern. So you guys want to start one way, left to right maybe, and then you want to go the opposite way, up and down on the panel, just so you guys get full, complete, and even coverage of the spray coating on each panel. Now this is the part that I left out in part 3 of the tutorial, and I'll explain that at the end after I show the full application process. But after you guys actually get that evened out over the entire panel, you then need to sit there and let that flash, and it typically takes around 10 seconds or all the way up to a few minutes. So you guys really want to wait there, let that coating bond to the paint itself or bond to that panel. Once it bonds, you guys will see it flashing on the surface, and by flashing I mean it's actually going to create like a rainbow effect on top of the panel, and you guys should be able to actually physically see that coating on the panel with that rainbow effect. So once we see that rainbow effect, then we can throw our microfiber towel back on the panel, and we can go ahead and buff in that coating until it is completely gone. So now we're buffing away the rainbow effect that it actually creates on top of the panel. And while we're buffing it out on the panel, that's how we know that it's actually getting applied properly and evenly. Now, I'll explain why I did it a little differently on the Range Rover at the end of this video, but let me go ahead and walk you guys through the full application process. So we already panel prepped our panel with our IPA mix. This is about 3-to-1 for the IPA mix. So we already have this panel prepped and ready to go. So now I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer for the actual demo. Alright, so here we are, brought you guys in close for this quick demo, and of course, it literally looks like it is about to rain like any second now. Let me bust out my camera so I can show you guys. Crazy nice day all day, and go figure, as soon as we start filming, it literally starts looking like it's about to rain. My luck. So here we are at the hood for this demonstration. Now, obviously, I already showed you guys, but the first thing you want to do is always panel prep your panel. So go ahead and put some panel prep on there, whatever you guys like using. And you guys want to make sure that that panel is completely clean and free of any debris, any dust, anything like that. So I always like to do this even if I just wash the vehicle. It's just one more step of preparation to ensure that you guys are getting the best bond possible with your paint. So now that we have our panel prepped, we can now go ahead and lay down our spray coating. I'm going to be using the Polymer Ceramic Spray Coating today, but this is the exact same application process for either one, and they have very similar flash times as well. So there's 2 there. I'm going to go 2 over here and 2 over here, and I'm laying down a little extra because it's so windy right now that I want to lay down some extra on this panel, because half of it's getting blown away. So now we're just applying this in a cross hatch section, and I'm actually already seeing some of this drying or flashing on the panel. So I'm going to try to catch this flashing, but it is around 75 degrees here. It might have cooled down to like 70, 65, 70 right now. So while this is flashing, hopefully you guys can see the actual flashing here on the panel. But just in case you guys can't, I'm just going to bust out my video camera real quick. Let's go to this new dual capture mode, which I've been dying to try out. So here we are. You guys can very barely see some of that flashing there on the surface. I can see it a lot better in person, but I don't know if you guys can see that, but you guys see how it's kind of rainbowing right there? It's hard to see on this silver paint. But you guys are going to see this whole panel start rainbowing up real nice. So here it goes. I say it's been almost about a minute now. But we're still waiting. We're still waiting. And let me bust out the light and see if that'll help a little bit more for you guys. I don't know if it will. All right, so now we're seeing the rainbow. Very, very hard to see again, guys. I'm gonna try to get you directly over the top and see if you guys can see that at all. But this is real time here, guys, so it's been about a minute, and I think that's about as much as it is going to flash on the surface here. Not sure if I can get this at a better angle for you guys. So you can see it in person, just very, very hard to see on camera with this current lighting. So now that we let this flash on the surface, it's been about a minute or 2 minutes as of now. And sometimes you may have up to 5 minutes or so of working time with these coatings. So it all depends on the vehicle that you guys are working on. And now this is kind of tacky on my cloth. You guys can see the resistance here on the towel. Let me come over here so you guys can see that. You guys can see there's some resistance on the towel here. It's not like gliding across like when we're using Tech 582 or a water-based sealant or a water-based quick detailer or something like that. It just really glides across the paint. This, you need to buff in first before it's going to start gliding on you. So, we're just going to go ahead and buff this in. Until we don't see any more of the rainbowing effect. And you should just see a nice gloss here on the surface. And it's starting to get a little slicker, but you could still tell that there is a little bit of tackiness on the bottom of the towel. Some of that will help out once we go for the flip. Alright, our full rainbow is gone at this point. Just going to do just a quick second more. Make sure we got everything. Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and flip our towel to a clean side. And if you're not wearing gloves like me, always wear gloves when you're working with ceramic products. But once you guys do that, you guys can go ahead and flip the towel. And now it is much, much smoother. Go ahead and give that another quick buff. Blend that all in. And that is it for the application process, guys. So just as easy as we saw the other day in part 3 of our tutorial series, but I really wanted to stress the flashing times on this stuff. So you guys do need to wait for it to flash. So I'm going to zoom out real quick and we'll close this up. Now, after we apply our coating, we want to give this thing 36 hours to cure. So the bottle says 24 to 36 hours, so it does have to do with temperatures and all that good stuff. But I would recommend 36 hours before you guys get the vehicle wet. That means no washes, no driving in the rain, no parking outside in the rain. So always try to keep the vehicle wet for 36 hours after applying it. If this means that you guys got to keep up with the weather and find a good day to do it, you may have to do that. Or if you guys have a garage spot, that is always the best. But if you guys are working outside or park your vehicle outside normally, just make sure that you guys have a good 36-hour window where there's not going to be any rain. Otherwise, it can affect the overall longevity of the coating. So we just got done applying our polymer ceramic spray coating, and the application process is the exact same for the polymer ceramic plus graphene spray coating. So either one of these that you guys wanted to use, it's the exact same application process. The graphene ceramic spray just has those added benefits of having the graphene in it. Other than that, though, it's the exact same application method, and the reason that I wanted to do this standalone video, guys, was because on the Range Rover, when we were using this guy as a topper, it seemed to be flashing just a little bit differently than what I was used to playing around with it on panels with no protection on them yet. So I still want to do a little bit more playing around. I was either just letting it flash for too long and it was getting too tacky on the surface when I went to go remove it, and that's what got me to just almost using it as quick as a detail spray because it seemed to be just flashing on the surface really quickly. So that's my explanation for part 3. But again, guys, I am still playing around with these and testing them just like a lot of you guys are. So I really wanted to stress that flash time, and the flash time can be anywhere from 10 seconds all the way up to 5 minutes, depending on the temperature. Today it is like 75 degrees right now. I feel like the temperature just dropped because it's about to rain, but the temperature today, just for you guys' reference, it took about 2 minutes for us to actually, for the surface to flash, and it is about 75 degrees today. So 2 minutes at 75 degrees, that was a pretty good flash time. It's about 63% humidity today. So yeah, just so you guys have that information. But I really wanted to stress the flash times with this stuff and just reiterate the whole fact that you guys need to have a cleaned, prepped vehicle. If you guys want to have the best longevity possible, make sure that you guys do at least a prep polish before applying any type of long-term protection, whether that's a sealant, a wax, or a spray coating. So anyways, let me know what you think of the application process. I know a lot of you guys saw this on Sunday's video, but I just really wanted to reiterate those flash times and just give you guys the full picture so you guys know exactly what to expect and exactly how to apply these when you get them in your hands come October 1st. So that is pretty much all that I had to talk about in today's video. I really just wanted to reiterate those flash times with these two products. The flash times can be anywhere from 10 seconds to 5 minutes, so it's highly going to depend on the humidity at the time and the temperature and the environment that you guys are working in. One other thing that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention in either today's video yet or last Sunday's video is you guys want to be using these in the shade whenever possible. Now, I did test it out on this detailing rig, and I did half the vehicle, the other side of the vehicle, in the sun, and it did seem to work perfectly fine. But on the instructions, to get the best results and to get those longer flash times to really help this stuff bond and adhere to the surface, you guys want to be working in the shade whenever possible. So I did the passenger side on this vehicle in the sun, and I did the driver side of this vehicle actually in the shade and in a cooler environment. So I'm curious to see how it'll affect our durability test later on this week. But that is pretty much all that I have for today's video. I really wanted to reiterate the flash times of this stuff, and I should probably mention to you guys that I do have an official discount code from you guys. At first, I was kind of hoping that the referral links would automatically apply that 5% on there, but after kind of testing it out with the team over at Superior Products, we were finding out that you guys weren't getting your 5% discount, and that is super, super important, and I would love to get this bumped up in the future. But for now, guys, let's show Superior Products that we're, appreciating them giving us this discount code and all of that. So I know I'm going to be taking advantage of it for my business and all the chemicals and supplies that we order. So if you guys want to use that discount code on these 4 brand new products from Superior Products, or really anything off of their catalog on their website, you guys can use my discount code. I'll leave it down in the description down for you guys to check out, and I'll update all my old videos with that discount code for you guys to use at checkout. But that is all that I have for today's video, so let me know what you guys think of the overall application process. Is this an easy enough application process for you guys? And I love the fact that it is a relatively quick process to apply this stuff. But I'm going to leave it at that for today's video, and I will catch up with you guys for the durability test, where we kind of torture test this coating with a whole bunch of different chemicals and all sorts of stuff to really see what this thing can handle. So anyways, guys, that is all that I have for today's video. I will catch you guys later in the week for the durability test.